Hello everyone, I'm Shanelle Smith coming to you from a very windy Amsterdam, and we're asking people about what they think of the legalization of marijuana and the possibility of what it would be like if it was legal in Seattle.
Amsterdam is a city divided by many canals and has more than Venice. Sprawling marketplaces where you can buy fresh flowers, 30 types of cheeses, and the latest style of boots. But not very many Dutch wooden shoes can be found. Red rooftops in residential areas surrounded by industries and cranes, and you must watch out for the many bikers and little European cars when you're crossing the street. But there is one thing you must experience in Amsterdam, and that is the Redlight District. On our stroll through, we met a Dutch citizen who wouldn't tell us his name but said he had been smoking marijuana. But don't worry, it's completely legal.
I think it's a good thing.
Why?
Why? Because if you don't legalize it, you got the dark things, you know.
The dark things he could be referring to are the fact that 790,000 people were arrested in America in 2006 alone for illegal possession.
I lived in Paris for 5 years. I just came back 3 days ago, and then it's very good, you know, because then you can make a comparison between I'm born here, I raised up here, I lived here, and then you go abroad. I was also 2 years in New York, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for my job. But I love the city. Really, the only thing they don't have the coffee shop. If they have the coffee shops, then that would be great.
The coffee shops are surrounded by prostitution windows and tourist shops. They can legally sell 5 grams of marijuana to adults 18 and older. But you will only find snacks, soft drinks, and coffee available, because ironically, very few coffee shops have an alcohol license.
I think they should legalise it because it's fun and it mellows you out and you have a good time and laugh with your friends.
These English college students came from London for a weekend of lighting up.
In England, you're not allowed. So that's why we come over here, really. It's easier, chilled out, laid back.
I haven't smoked out yet, but I think it's going to be good. Get the giggles, have a good time.
What happens in England if you get caught?
Not a lot.
Never been caught.
It's not that bad. Cheers. A friend of mine just got caught with £500 for that, and he didn't get banged up.
But what about at UW? What do you think about the legalization of marijuana?
I think it'd be good because then you could tax it, so clean up the streets as far as illegal usage.
I think, especially when compared to alcohol, the effects of alcohol are much more detrimental. Numerous studies have proven that. No one has ever died from a marijuana overdose. I think you'll be hard to find anyone who says they've seen someone get in a fight while they were high, whereas with alcohol, everybody knows that fuels all sorts of negative social interactions.
Law Society and Justice professor Jonathan Winder was a police officer for 15 years and worked extensively on the streets.
A very important thing to note in any talk about drug reform, two things that the folks ought to think about. First of all, there's a radical difference between legalization and decriminalization. To legalize something is to make it available on a universal scale. So for example, coffee is legal. You can walk into an espresso place or a coffee shop anywhere in the world, no matter how old you are, who you are, you can buy coffee. Decriminalization would be to remove something from the criminal code, but still keep it restricted in various ways, as alcohol, for example, is presently restricted.
Tim Kelly is working hard to make changes on campus that he feels reflect the actual dangers of these substances.
Well, I'm the president of National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws / Students for a Sensible Drug Policy. And on campus, we're trying to educate the students and the faculty about the truth about marijuana and change the drug laws on campus.
After fighting in the war on drugs for many years, Professor Winder now analyzes it with his LSJ classes.
To criticize the war on drugs, to say that what we're doing right now is a moral and political and judicial failure, is not to say that drugs are funny or clever or amusing, that they're benign. It's not to suggest that we should open the floodgates and put all of these substances out there for universal consumption. And I think what we have to do is recognize honestly the harms that the drugs do cause, which are huge, but also recognize that the current regime of the drug war isn't accomplishing what we need for it to accomplish.
It's untold whether marijuana will ever be legal in America. And for now, those who want to light up will have to save up for that flight across the Atlantic to Amsterdam. I'm Shanelle Smith for the Daily Videocast.